So, hey, do you think that you fight fair? Do you know how to fight fair? Do you know what that even looks like? If you don't, you want to go ahead and tap into this video so that you can find out how to do that while I'm drinking my coffee. Talk to you guys soon. Today we're going to talk about how to fight fair. I'm going to give you 6 ways in how to fight fair so that when the next time you and your partner get into a disagreement, you won't feel like you're just not winning, right? Very first thing that you need to know is that fighting and disagreement does not equal breakup. It actually means that you're invested, because most people don't waste their time in arguing with something or somebody that they're not invested in. So when you're arguing and you're fighting, then it just means the person is invested. If your partner is sitting there and not communing back or not going back and forth with you or giving you anything, then they may not be as invested as you think that they are. The next thing you want to do is you want to know not fighting is indifference. And that just simply means that that person is being complacent. If you guys are not standing up for yourselves and actually putting in that investment or that energy into making sure that you're heard or making sure that that person understands your side, and you don't invest in making sure that you're listening or back and forth, then that's kind of a complacency place, and you want to figure out what that is. You want to stop wishing to stop fighting. You just want to start learning how to fight effectively, which is what we're going to do today. How do you fight fair? Well, the very first thing you want to do is you want to choose your battles wisely. Everything is not about right or wrong. You don't have to win all the time. You don't have to make that person understand you all the time. Sometimes you just need to stop and listen and understand them. Is wiser to understand than to be understood. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you're always respectful. Being respectful in an argument means that you're not calling names, you're not talking about somebody's mama, you're not doing things that you normally wouldn't do when you feel love for that person. If you're being disrespectful, then that can take the entire situation and go really far, and you're not able to get back to where you really were. Because once a person loses respect, it's really hard to get it back. I keep telling my clients that you can fall out of love and back into love before you can fall out of respect and back into respect. Don't be passive aggressive. Being passive aggressive is the silent treatment, snide remarks, dropping little innuendos, things of that sort. If you are being passive aggressive in the argument, then the other person is going to just shut down, and you won't be able to communicate effectively the way that you really need to. So when you are doing that, find out, if somebody's asking you a question or you're in a conversation and you don't feel like talking about it, simply say that. I don't want to talk about this right now, but I would rather talk about it a little bit later. Can we pick this up when I've calmed down? But don't just shut down and give the silent treatment, walking around giving eyes and looking at all those things. It's really a narcissistic move, and you don't want to do that because it's not a good look. The next thing you want to do is not keep score. So many times you hear people in arguments, and I've done this myself, where you did this the last time, and the next time I'm not going to do this, and remember so and so, so and so. When you're keeping score, it's a consistent uphill battle that you're not going to win. Why? Because the other person is going to automatically feel like, fine, we keep going back and forth, we're never going to move forward. How do you resolve something? When you keep score, you can't resolve the present situation, which takes me to my next key. You want to make sure that you keep the past where the past is. Do not bring up arguments that are from the past that you're bringing into the present. If you're dealing with something right now, deal with that. If you need to go back to that argument that you had in the past because it wasn't resolved, Table that for that particular moment. Deal with what you're dealing with. Let it lie down. Let it rest, and then come back to it. When you do that, you can make sure that you're staying in the present and you're not piling on tops of the arguments and making things bigger than they really need to be. The last thing I want to tell you is don't forget to seek professional help. If you find that you and your partner are just not coming to terms, you're not agreeing, and you're always arguing, and investment doesn't mean that you're always doing it, because there's sometimes you're going to be investing and then reaping, right? So you want to make sure that there are good places in your relationship and you're not always arguing. And sometimes it means that you need to get a third party into play there. It doesn't mean that you are weak. It doesn't mean that you don't love each other. It doesn't mean anything negative. It just means that you're mature enough to say, hey, we are not doing this very well. We've not been taught to do this very well. And here's a key. Many times we don't realize that most of us have never been taught how to have an effective, healthy, manifested relationship. Why? Because we are in relationships. We watch other relationships that are just negative, be it a family member, a parent, or both of our parents arguing back and forth. We haven't seen that, so we don't know what that looks like. And if you don't know what that looks like, it's very difficult for you to create it for yourself. So, hope this helps. If you like what I'm doing here, like, comment, and share. Make sure that you go ahead and tell me what is the key that you've used in order to make sure that you're effectively fighting, or you're fighting fair. I would love to hear from you. If it's something that you want me to talk about, you want me to discuss on Coffee and Coaching, then go ahead and put that in the comments as well. And I'll make sure that I am answering all of your questions or comments. And this channel, although it says The Core Woman, is not just for women. So if you know somebody that this could really help, go ahead and forward this video and share this video with them. Do it with all of your friends, because sharing is caring, right? I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey, I need to make sure that you are subscribing to this channel. Did you subscribe? Did you go ahead and click the like button? Did you share it to your friends? If you haven't done that, then I need you to do it right now. Like, comment, share. Sharing is caring, right?